Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Spirit Rising. We are happy to be joining you live once more. I am your host and commentator, Shirt Donovan, and ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be seeing some big-time matchups here tonight, and to start things off, it will be no exception between Myron Wagner and Stan Beasley. Two of the hardest-hitting, largest athletes we have in all of Super Spirit Wrestling will collide in our opening contest here tonight. And folks, we do thank you for being with us here this evening. We'll be taking you to the ring shortly for this contest, Myron Wagner and Stan Beasley.
Fight.
And a low blow there from Myron Wagner early, setting a bad tone here for this matchup. Folks, we are inching closer and closer to our big year-end event, Spirit Odyssey. The culmination of a full year and some change of Super Spirit Wrestling. Myron Wagner with the backbreaker, decimating Stan Beasley so far. This has really been Myron Wagner's match, but Stan Beasley now rallying with the hip toss. And a hip toss in response from Wagner. Wagner down to the mat, and then Stan Beasley sent there with the desperation kick. Myron Wagner not wanting to lose this early advantage. Big slam there from Stan Beasley. Two titans of the heavyweight division now trading big strikes. And it is Stan Beasley, the elbows, sending Wagner down to the mat. Big hip toss again from Wagner, carrying Stan Beasley over. These two men perhaps evenly matched in the strength department. It could be assumed. Although someone has got to give. One count earned there from Myron Wagner. Standing switch, but Myron Wagner having the awareness. And again, Myron Wagner dictating this matchup as we get further and further into it. But Stan Beasley now perhaps a sign of life as he takes Wagner over. Big hip toss again from Wagner. Stiff chop from Stan Beasley sends Wagner reeling for a second there. But Wagner just on the attack. This old school influence on the offense of Myron Wagner, keeping Stan Beasley rooted into the mat. And now we see Stan Beasley trying for some offense of his own here off the hip toss. Wagner with a sign of frustration, and now the capture from Beasley. Tremendous strike from Wagner sends Beasley to the mat. And now look at this. What a counter from Beasley. It could have been Wagner time there. But instead, a counter from Stan Beasley Not able to counter the lariat, though. And a 2 count from Myron Wagner. Oh my God, he lifted him up there for that DDT, planted him into the mat, trying to pin him again. A persistent Myron Wagner not rewarded for his efforts here thus far against Stan Beasley, and the frustration indeed setting in. And another counter from Beasley. Beasley knowing that Myron Wagner is going for this sit-out powerbomb. Stan Beasley just tanking the impact, having the wherewithal to go for the counter pin. You got to wonder how many more of those he has in him, as Myron Wagner is clearly looking to put this one away. Irish whip. Big spine buster carried over from Myron Wagner, and now the Boston Crab. Stan Beasley has taken so much punishment throughout this matchup as he continues his pursuit, trying to turn the tables. Drop kick delivered to the back of the head. The methodical approach of Myron Wagner now being interrupted by this new momentum from Stan Beasley. Senton across the body of Wagner. And look at this. These two men unrelenting in their approach, and a tremendous drop kick lands for Stan Beasley. The capture once more for Beasley, but a rope break signaled by official Burt Wiggins. Wagner carrying through, the backbreaker finding its mark. Side headlock position here for Wagner. Stan Beasley perhaps in trouble. Swinging neck breaker now from Beasley, who is definitely trying to hang in there. If this were a scorecard situation, we might have to give it to Wagner, but look at Beasley now. Tremendous drop kick from Beasley, but Myron Wagner will not be denied. No, my God. 2, a near fall for Wagner off of a high-impact DDT. Standing switch for Beasley. God's lariat potentially avoided. And now Myron Wagner with a lariat of his own. Beasley with the enziguri. My God, what a chop. Beasley sent to the ropes. Wagner with the flapjack. Look at this. Myron Wagner sustaining big time damage there from Beasley and the legs. Fortunately for Wagner in the ropes, but look at this, it's Wagner time. 2. It is over. Myron Wagner staring down into the face of Stan Beasley after an hellacious matchup. Myron Wagner, the clock striking Wagner time in our opening contest here at Spirit Rising, as Stan Beasley falls, as so many have, to Wagner time. Planted into the mat, shoulders down, 1, 2, 3. Folks, what a matchup there to start things off here tonight at Spirit Rising. We are now going to take you to a matchup in the women's tag division. Last week we saw the Influence debut in the women's tag division, and they picked up a big-time victory over Passion Force, showing their athletic prowess and the type of power that they are going to bring to this division. Tonight they face off against Squad Life. Squad Life is a team that has definitely picked up some impressive victories along the way here in the past year of Super Spirit Wrestling, but Squad Life really has yet to take hold in the women's tag division, lurking around those middle rankings almost consistently throughout the year, which I guess is not really a bad thing. But they will be tested here tonight against the Influence. Adriana Dante starting things off here against Samina Velvan, and Dante with the rear chin lock, looking to take the early control, running over Velvan. Velvan with a kick to the head. Fast-paced exchanges here so far in this match. Look at that clubbing blow from Samina Velvan, sending Dante down to the mat. Velvan again with the body blow this time, continuing the approach. And Dante will tag in Blair Rogers. It was Blair Rogers last week with the Doom Javelin, making a huge statement as the Influence made their way into Super Spirit Wrestling. Samina Velvan tagging in Mariah Hamilton. We will see if the smaller, faster Mariah Hamilton will be able to use the agility. And as I say that, she runs into a huge forearm from Blair Rogers. Knife edge chop across the chest of Hamilton, and look at these clubbing blows from Blair Rogers. Certainly one of the larger, more powerful women that we have in the women's tag division now, with the addition of the Influence. Putting many on notice in the locker room. And you see Blair Rogers now trying to lift up Hamilton. Hamilton, though, scouting the offense. And it is a back body drop instead. Super kick there from Hamilton. And she'll try for a pin here. Official Larry Graham, our new tag team specialist, checking for the submission there. Rear chin lock, the knee buried into the back of Blair Rogers, who quickly finds separation. Look at this now. My God, what a brain buster. And a pin now for Rogers. A 2 count. Look at that package powerbomb counter from Rogers, and Mariah Hamilton able to use the lower body strength to spring up out of that pinning predicament. Another pin here from Rogers, and this time Samina Velvan sensing danger. Basement drop kick taking out the vertical base of the much taller Blair Rogers. A smart approach from Hamilton, who is for the moment stunned, and it will again be Dante and Velvan. Ripcord power slam from Blair Rogers on the side of your screen there, between the two non-legal competitors. And Samina Velvan, tremendous powerbomb and a counter from Dante, much like the counters that we saw from Stan Beasley. Of course, Stan Beasley ultimately did fall victim to Wagner Time, but his efforts in counter wrestling cannot be denied throughout that matchup. How many can say that they avoided Wagner Time twice before the clock finally struck? Big knee from Blair Rogers, giving some support to Adriana Dante in the corner. Tremendous knee from Samina Velvan. Finding herself in enemy territory here. Side slam from Dante. She'll try for a pin here. Snapmare takedown into the head scissors. Rope break signaled by the official. My God! Twisting complete shot from Samina Velvan. Standing switch from Dante. Counter elbow from Velvan, and now a pinning predicament. Blair Rogers, this time intercepting for the Influence. Adriana Dante trying to slow down this pace after that furious exchange. Tag made to Blair Rogers. Dante taken out of the picture from the moment, and it will not matter as Blair Rogers twists through. Look at this now, tag team offense from the Influence. That backdrop coming down hard on Samina Velvan, who now tries to rally with an elbow. Another elbow. Pinning predicament. Keeping her eye on the Influence corner to see if there would be any outside interference from Dante. Velvan looking winded as she is run over by Blair Rogers, not able to capitalize on the Irish whip opportunity. Counter elbow again from Velvan. And this time, Velvan falls victim to the brainbuster and is sent to the outside. And this matchup is breaking down. Big power slam on the outside from Dante. Mariah Hamilton on the inside, brutalizing Blair Rogers with that Boston Crab. And now, both legal competitors turn their attention to one another once more. Samina Velvan perhaps trying for a powerbomb and is countered by Blair Rogers. Trying for a pin here again is Velvan. Earning just a 2 count. Positioning not too bad. Look at the Influence here. Combination powerbomb delivered to Hamilton. Big time offense we have seen throughout this contest. On both sides, twisting complete shot. Blair Rogers withstanding that. A huge testament to her toughness. Rogers instead using the Irish whip, not for offense, but to create a tag. And a tag team maneuver to follow up. Smart stuff here from Rogers. Sometimes you can get tunnel vision in these situations, as victory perhaps is in sight and you lose track of what your body is capable of. Blair Rogers making the smart decision there, getting the fresh competitor in. And now Adriana Dante with the big power slam. Velvan out on her feet here. And you got to think Adriana Dante is looking for an opportunity to lock in the vortex. My God, shotgun drop kick off the Irish whip. Dante, an incredible athlete, showing what she has to offer here in Super Spirit Wrestling. Tag made for squad life. Power slam from Dante. Tremendous bulldog from Hamilton. And she takes Dante all the way to the corner. Now scouting from the top rope. Tornado DDT. And a super kick. Drop toe hold from a dazed Adriana Dante. Victory roll now for Hamilton. And it is not enough. My God. Blair Rogers dropping Samina Velvan right on the crown of her skull. Submission opportunity here for Mariah Hamilton. Adriana Dante in huge trouble. Blair Rogers trying to intercept. Samina Velvan blocking for Hamilton. Look at this! The vortex! The vortex! And Samina Velvan just barely getting there. The vortex had landed. Mariah Hamilton still down. And Hamilton now to her feet. What a save there by Samina Velvan. Dante will tag in Rogers. Look at this. Oh, counter there. What a counter. Perhaps a reverse suplex on the way from Blair Rogers. My God, what a Frankensteiner. Punch finds its mark. Counter from Blair Rogers. Tremendous matchup we're seeing. And look at this, inside cradle. Blair Rogers able to kick out. Dante would have not gotten there in time. Look at this, Doom Javelin. Velvan had to return to the corner, and the Doom Javelin, just like last week, earns a victory tonight for the Influence. The Doom Javelin not to be tested here. Blair Rogers making that clear in the women's tag division. Adriana Dante and Blair Rogers, for now undefeated. That is 2-0 in the women's tag division. Congratulations to them. And also we've got to remember a very hard-fought battle there by, Squad Life. Squad Life just really, honestly, there were moments of that matchup where I thought Squad Life was going to just override the influence and come through, and perhaps maybe we were looking at a vibe check, perhaps we were maybe looking at a reckoning, but those opportunities were just never secured by Samina Velvon and Mariah Hamilton. And so, yes, tonight the streak continues, or I guess the streak is now coming to fruition for the Influence, now 2-0 in the women's tag division. Folks, I'm going to shut up and take you to the next matchup in the junior division. We are going to have Taro Toyama taking on Killer Kenny Gordon. Taro Toyama, a lot of heart in this young man, probably, I believe, the youngest competitor that we have in Super Spirit Wrestling. He has a lot of fire in him, and he is looking to make a name for himself in the hottest wrestling promotion in the industry. We go there now. He is taking on Killer Kenny Gordon, a former MMA athlete who will put Taro Toyama to the test. Taro Toyama will look to find the Blue Thunder Bomb, while Killer Kenny Gordon will seek opportunities for the Kennyplex, the chicken wing suplex that Killer Kenny has made famous in the junior division. Look at this, rolling through, you see the quickness and the unorthodox pro wrestling approach of Killer Kenny Gordon, that MMA fusion there, very influential on his offensive tactics. Look at the counter there from Taro Toyama, slamming Killer Kenny down in a stare down briefly between these two competitors. Drop toe hold. Both men looking for that first big exchange. Killer Kenny rolling through there, again avoiding the offense of Taro Toyama. So quick is Kenny. Tremendous strength, but a tremendous first step as well. Counter DDT there from Killer Kenny Gordon, who has adapted well to the pro wrestling environment. The European uppercuts colliding with the kicks, and it is the kicks. Taro Toyama trying to secure a pin here. Kim Carrillo getting down for just the 1 count. Corner control now for Taro Toyama, sending Killer Kenny in, and look at these big kicks colliding across the chest of Killer Kenny Gordon. Kenny used to avoiding strikes as per his years of experience. And now look at this, the Dragon Clutch being locked in from Taro Toyama. The Dragon Sleeper and the Dragon Clutch, big parts of Toyama's repertoire. And Toyama now at the mercy of Killer Kenny Gordon, springing up to his feet. My God, the elbows of Killer Kenny Gordon. I don't think that a striking matchup is the route Taro Toyama will want to take. And as I say that, the soul butt kick leads to another Dragon Clutch. As I said, a lot of toughness, a lot of fighting spirit in the young man Taro Toyama. Now on the receiving end of a pinning predicament, Kim Carrillo again down just for a 1 count. This matchup could indeed be a war of attrition if the efforts thus far are any indication. Gut-wrenched suplex, Killer Kenny taking Taro Toyama all the way over there. And look at Kenny just pouncing on Toyama. Irish whip now. Beautiful arm drag takedown, taking Toyama all the way over. Corner control now for Killer Kenny. My God, what a forearm in the corner. And Toyama, dazed, stumbles out. Deadlift gut wrench suplex from Killer Kenny. Toyama resilient in his approach here. And the dragon clutch once more. My God, the power of Killer Kenny. And he sits out with it. Near fall for Killer Kenny Gordon. Springing back up, continuing his approach. The European uppercut finds its mark. And Toyama barely able to continue there. Finds the knee and the dragon clutch again. Continually going to this maneuver. He believes in the maneuver. Look at this.
5 minutes gone.
To be honest with you folks, I don't know that there is much in the kit of Tado Toyama that Killer Kenny cannot withstand. 2, and another near fall for Killer Kenny Gordon. As I was saying, and you see it here in this exchange, I don't know if there's anything that Tado Toyama has that could truly send Kenny down. As you see him pop up after that enziguri, and a huge discus elbow connects for Kenny Gordon. Oh, Tado Toyama avoiding the MMA scenario. You don't want to play Kenny's game. Big kick finds its mark. If Tado Toyama perhaps can just wear down, and the Blue Thunder Bomb! Blue Thunder Bomb! My God, he got him! The Blue Thunder Bomb! True as ever, here tonight for Tado Toyama, and he picks up a big-time victory over Killer Kenny Gordon. That is a young man to watch, folks. In 2021, our newest signee in the junior division, Tado Toyama, picking up a victory over Killer Kenny Gordon with his patented Blue Thunder Bomb. My goodness, folks, big-time stuff there for Toyama. Congratulations to him. And we are going to take that energy and roll now into a matchup in the women's division. It will be Nina Fontaine taking on the most gifted striker we've ever seen in Super Spirit Wrestling, Hana Nishikawa. This will be a big, big test for Nina Fontaine, who debuted in Super Spirit Wrestling on shaky ground and has since appeared to stabilize, making a big-time statement against Natasha Watson last week, in which she subjected Natasha Watson continually to the mind's eye, her finishing maneuver, before finally deciding to end the matchup. Nina Fontaine would make an even bigger statement here tonight, no offense to Natasha Watson, if Fontaine is able to overcome the efforts of Hana Nishikawa. And Fontaine definitely looking for this early control. Fontaine, we know, likes to get in there, likes to engage and get rough. But there is an elegance to her offense, as you will see throughout this matchup. Definitely making things difficult thus far for Hana Nishikawa. Standing switch, spinning backdrop, well executed by Fontaine. And look at this, divination, an early attempt at divination there, and we know Hana Nishikawa will need those legs. The kicking prowess of Nishikawa, and in almost, you could say, the entirety almost of her offense, as you will see. The kicks, more than anything, will carve a path to victory for Nishikawa, but maneuvers like divination, that bridge figure 4, definitely causing problems in that regard. Nishikawa winning the striking situation as per usual, only earning a 1 count, the kip up running into a kick to the midsection. Ill-timed drop kick from Nina Fontaine. Nishikawa trying for a suplex. Nina Fontaine, I would not be surprised if she enjoys the strength advantage. And look at this, we see divination again. keeping her body between Nishikawa and the ropes. No rope break possible. Wow, tremendous kick there to the back of the head, stunning Nina Fontaine. Nishikawa sensing victory there, but not even a 1 count earned over Nina Fontaine. And look at the quickness of Hana Nishikawa. Fontaine sent to the ropes, drop kick across the body. Much more work to be done. Look at this, Nishikawa sent to the outside, and Fontaine more than pleased with her efforts. I don't think this is the kind of matchup Nishikawa expected. Nishikawa, an extremely dominant member of the women's division, but she is having some difficulty here tonight against Fontaine. Kick is avoided. Fontaine with the drop kick, finding an opening this time. It is those type of kicks that Fontaine will have to avoid if she hopes to outdo Hana Nishikawa.
Give up.
Nishikawa having little pockets of offense here and there. Back-to-back snap suplexes, trying to get something going, but look at Fontaine, the toughness, and look at this now. It could have been an opportunity. That underhook position is the beginnings of mind's eye. Hana Nishikawa able to sense the danger and turn things around in that situation. Oh my God. Fast as lightning kicks from Hana Nishikawa, all of them finding their mark.
Give up. Give up.
And look at this! Mind's eye! Could it be? 2! My God, Nina Fontaine is on fire, folks. Don't let the debut match fool you. Nina Fontaine picking up a big-time victory over Hana Nishikawa, folks. I feel like I've been saying that a lot lately. Wrestler after wrestler in this promotion picking up upset after upset, or particularly when the odds are stacked against them. We are seeing seismic shifts in the talent here in Super Spirit Wrestling. Definitely an interesting indication as we move toward 2021. Folks, I can confirm that after the end of this year's Spirit Odyssey, we will be taking a break for the rest of December following that event. But in early January, as we move forward to 2021, we will see Volume 2 of the New Dawn Tournament Series. Those of you who have been following us all the way back since last November know that we got things started with the New Dawn Tournament Series Volume 1, in which all of our first champions were crowned. Whoever emerges as champion at the end of Spirit Odyssey for all of our divisions is locked in as champion for the end of the year. And then the rest of the competitors in each division will return to the fray for the New Dawn Tournament Series, vying for an opportunity at greatness here in Super Spirit Wrestling. That will take up the entirety of January, folks, an extended tournament series across all of our divisions here in Super Spirit Wrestling. A lot of excitement there, folks, and we can't wait for you to join us on that ride. For now, we have arrived at our main event of the evening. It will be Hitoshi Tobe taking on Hideo Kuba. Hideo Kuba, of course, a former heavyweight champion here in Super Spirit Wrestling. This would indeed be Hitoshi Tobe's biggest victory ever, if he is able to pull this one out over Hideo Kuba. And honestly, folks, all of these underdog victories that we've been seeing lately, my money, if I were to put any money down on this, would be going to Hitoshi Tobe. Big kick lands for Tobe. A gifted striker, much like we just saw from Hana Nishikawa. Hopefully Tobe will have better luck here against Kuba than Nishikawa found against Nina Fontaine. Hideo Kuba, of course, a former champion. He cannot be discounted. A very interesting repertoire, and as I say that, back-to-back pokes to the eyes. Those are not the kind of maneuvers I'm talking about. Hideo Kuba would argue in those situations that he is simply doing what it takes to win. Not afraid to get his hands dirty if it means opportunities at greatness. And we will no doubt see the innovation of the fancy genius emerge throughout this contest. But for now, he is on the receiving end of Hitoshi Tobe, the example. Hitoshi Tobe earning that nickname for just his pristine execution of the most fundamental wrestling maneuvers. Hitoshi Tobe, everything that he does has a little extra oomph to it. Even something like that snapmare takedown right there can lead to an opportunity for a tremendous kick across the spine. Hitoshi Tobe now, to a fault perhaps, asking for the best shots from the former champion. And look at Tobe just taking these shots and finally firing in an elbow of his own that sends Hideo Kuba to the mat. An incredible display of toughness, and now the body scissors. Tobe making a big statement. The knife-edge chop rattling the body of Hideo Kuba. More focused than I've seen Tobe in a while. Perhaps he too knows, he must know, that a victory over a former heavyweight champion would bode well for him. Create momentum as we near the end of the year. After this show, folks, we have only one more Spirit Rising for next Thursday. The same is true for Super Spirit Live. We will be live with you tomorrow evening. And then we will have just one more Super Spirit Live as we inch ever closer to Spirit Odyssey. My excitement continually grows for that event, folks. Big time matchups. We will be announcing the full card as we get closer and closer. And the kicking prowess of Hitoshi Tobe. The kick finding its mark across the chest, and then the basement dropkick. Ushigoroshi now. Just a 1 count following that brutal sequence. Hideo Kuba collecting a lot of offense, but clearly still able to hang in there. Now the side headlock position leading to the elbow, a kick to the face. Perhaps a little display of disrespect there from the fancy genius. As our main event continues, basement drop kick to the back of the head. And Hitoshi Tobe looking a little worse for wear here than Hideo Kuba. Center of the ring, great positioning, earning a 1 count over the example. And look at Kuba. Side neck breaker drop there. The drop kick is avoided, and another big kick finds its mark. Hideo Kuba with a kick of his own to the midsection, testing the will of Hitoshi Tobe. Look at this! Look at this! The setup! Oh my God! The blade kick! The blade kick! 2! He got him! The year of the underdog continues. As we look further into December, Hitoshi Tobe with the blade kick, taking out a former champion here tonight at Spirit Rising in the main event. My God, folks, beating Hideo Kuba in 4.5 minutes. I'm looking here, the time saying 4 minutes and 29 seconds. Hitoshi Tobe with the blade kick, 1, 2, 3 over Hideo Kuba. This place has erupted here, folks. Big time wins across all of our divisions here tonight. So many just division shaping wins. These divisions transforming into something truly, truly special as these underdogs rise up to topple the gods that we have seen throughout all of of 2020. Just incredible efforts here tonight, folks. I am taken aback by what I've seen this evening. Congratulations to Hitoshi Tobe. Certainly the example of victory here tonight. Folks, that's going to be it for us here at Spirit Rising. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We're happy to be live with you once more on Twitch. And for everyone here at Super Spirit Wrestling, I'm Shirt Donovan saying, have a good night.